let's go. Speedrun campaign, medium. Private, and we're good.
What is a speed run in Dungeon Defenders except just mashing the start button at each wave before everyone's ready?
Mash the start button.
I suppose it's also killing things as soon as they come directly out.
Once again, brave defender, to the dungeon.
Oh, so we're doing the starting level again?
Yep, well, we have to. I mean, technically, I could probably just skip you guys ahead to the level I was on, and it might not screw things up.
Alright, well, let's just hit the start button and go, because what's the point of building
Shell,
defenses
just
right now?
mash G. Press and hold G. Shell?
Are you guys missing out on the cutscene?
Oh.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
I do have to say, if we're all waiting...
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I mean...
I've never
it's like,
seen it before.
It's the only cutscene for the game. It loads every single time you load the first level, so if you do want to see it, Shell.
Oh, okay. I don't need to do it. Oh, okay. I saw it. That was it.
Okay, so press and hold G and we'll be good to go. So is this the game that had the crossover with Terraria? Yup.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, shoot. We should play Terraria at some point.
What about Starbound? Do we prefer Terraria?
Yeah,
Terraria
I prefer
better.
Terraria. There's
I
like...
like how Starbound has all the little aliens and such. I like being the axolotl people.
let's see. The
I
problem
guess
is...
Terraria just has more content, right?
Yeah, Terraria has a lot more content and stuff to do. Starbound
something
can never
kinda-
leave...
Yeah,
by
like
the way,
it's-
can you guys press and hold M?
M?
Thank you.
Oh, you're just taking all of our coins.
Yoink.
Seems fair. Yeah, because Starbound, although it kind of promised this huge galaxy, it only had like 6 types of planets, which was like a little disappointing that they didn't have some more variety there.
I think they added more than that. They did add more than that, and
heard from one of my
mods
friends who
added
said-
even more.
Yeah, one of my friends said that she played mods for it, and those were a lot of fun, so...
My thing is, Terraria has so many more interesting mods that add, like, more bosses and equipment and, like, character classes that you can play. Like, it turns it full on, like, RPG mode. And some other wild stuff. I will have the mana. Stay back there.
Oh, interesting. It saves you from the annoying thing of having to go collect all of them each time as well.
By the way, there's an auto loot filter in the menu. So if you don't, I guess it doesn't matter too much to you guys, but if you don't want to pick up like common gear after a certain point, you can just be like, no more of this. I tire of it.
In the menu being through escape or what?
Yeah, escape, options, gameplay, and then it's just auto loot filter. Which I have got to appreciate.
Oh, interesting. Okay, but then given that all my current characters don't have any gear,
Yeah, not
I
super
have,
helpful.
I have a strong incentive to, at the moment, not have that on.
Oh, there's my chest.
Okay. I did not realize how short range characters were in this game. It is a weird travesty. Oops, that's not it.
Oops.
That's-
Oh well.
I still wish the gear appeared on the characters. That would have been nice.
Yeah, it
'Cause the
shows up on
weapons
the
do,
weapons, not the gear. I hope they change that. Like that would be a nice thing, even if it's only like a couple of different sets.
I appear to have accidentally sold my crossbow and traded it for a slightly worse weapon. Oh wow.
I apologize.
That's fine. I don't know how that... I don't know where it went. I must have sold it because I no longer have it, but...
Yeah, Terraria and Starbound, I mean, I think they're both worth playing. From my experience, I get a lot more fun out of Terraria, because there's kind of, like, more things to do constantly. Whereas Starbound, I get to a certain point where I'm just like, and... now I'm just kind of done.
There's some critters over here that are immune to fire. And that's bad, because my weapon's
that
fire.
sounds like a you problem.
There we go.
Yeah, your Firebird does do more damage than just fire. Surprisingly enough. Okay. Let's see.
Alright. So, given how over-leveled we are at the moment...
Yeah.
I'll still give you the gems.
Yeah. Let's see, do I even want any of these? Does it even matter? I guess I could have actually... There's the bounce turret there. Oh, that might not be the most useful. Oh well. Let's see, we'll have ogres, or not. No ogres on this map. Just orcs. They show up after this one.
Wait, how can you tell there are no ogres? You just remember that, or does it
Yeah.
say somewhere?
I've played this. So, remember how, like, we were having such an easy time of it that we felt compelled to immediately switch up to, like, a hard mode?
Yeah.
Tried that, playing solo, and I got my butt kicked really hard.
I see. Well, alright. Maybe they heard you and made the game a little bit harder.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are like, it's too easy, fix it. And Dramatic was like, okay.
I like your voice for people thinking the game is easy.
I mean, might as well actually make it a little bit more challenging, especially if you got like an easy mode. Like, what's the point of easy mode if normal mode is easy?
For people who are, like, young. Like, what if you're an 8-year-old picking up the game and you're not just, like, this person who plays games for a living? Maybe the game is a little hard. I don't know.
This is valid. But I also remember, like, some of the games we played as kids were, like, reasonably challenging without
That's
being
true.
impossible. Like, I don't know. Legend of Zelda was definitely, like, a challenging game without actually being, like, impossible.
Yeah, well, we never beat it.
I'd like to. Speaking of co-op games, there's a co-op mod for, Ocarina of Time.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Ocarina of Time was one of those games that I played a ton of when I was a kid. Absolutely loved the world.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of, like, weird Ocarina of Time related mods and things. So there's one that makes it so you can play it co-op. There's another one that actually makes it so you can, it's a randomizer, but you can hook it up with other people. And so the randomized, items will show up, like, in another player's, like, instance. And so, say, like, I will open up a chest, and it'll have the Lens of Truth for you instead. It's called Multi-World. There we go. I think that's kind of a novel thing. I don't necessarily know if I'd play with it without, like, extreme motivation to do, but it sounded really funny to just be like, I need boots, and somebody else is like, gotcha.
That does sound
Somebody
cool.
meant. Yeah,
I guess it's kind of like when we played like Half-Life 2 as a cooperative thing.
That
it really
was
did add a lot
funny.
to the game.
it was so much more fun. All right, I'm ready to go whenever. Like, don't
Okay.
spend forever looking at your equipment.
Yep. These look to be poison types.
yeah, we should do like equipment ogling between rounds or something.
Okay.
Let's see, the monsters look worse than in the first one. I disagree. I think these creatures actually look okay. I think the main issue is just there's a little bit more detail on the models, so they can look a little bit like gremlin-y, but they're also gremlin-y. The only thing that I would say objectively got worse is the Squire's face. Or really just the Squire in general.
Far worse.
There's just something wrong about the Squire. Let's see. So, wonder, do you like this more than Sanctum? That's a toughie.
We haven't played much of Sanctum, except for back years and years and years ago when we were in college. And I really
liked
enjoyed Sanctum for the aesthetic of it. And that seemed like you were pushing your enemies through a course.
Yeah, because that actually had full-on mazing, which is a separate thing entirely. Well, is like an extra layer of complexity. And it had like a lot more on the shooting side of things. Less character customization. Don't know if it necessarily needed that.
All right, next map.
Yep.
Next map, everyone.
All right. Victory.
Okay, there we go.
So we had completed that one.
And mash be already. Let's get this show on the road. And then barf me up some mana.
The Ancient Mines. Seems
Barf
far
me.
more purple this time. Which I approve of.
Barf me.
I'm trying.
Puke for me.
Build phase. I
Shall
think we need.
press... You have to enter build phase and then...
Oh, okay. G? Let's see.
Yeah.
G.
And then M. Yeah.
Wait,
Shall.
we can't put anything down yet?
Shall. No.
Okay.
Press M. Press and hold M. Thank you.
Oh,
Because yeah,
I see
I
you're
gotta,
taking all the money.
yeah, because I gotta get walls down.
So it looks like they seem to come down from the sides and converge over here.
Yep. There's 3 entrances. I believe if you press tab, you can actually see the overall map. I wish it actually had enemy directions on it, though. Because it doesn't, and that's weird. One thing I've noticed about this game is, unlike in Dungeon Defenders 1, it feels like there's a number of spots where enemies can just sneak past your barricades.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it being wide in this manner. Ooh. I have this. What is this? Enrage aura. Oh. Enemies will fight each other inside of that. That...
Oh.
Alright. That's cool.
Instill confusion in their ranks.
Okay. Let's see. Whoops. I guess I'm a monk for now. I don't even remember if this monk is any good.
Oh, you can't change mid-combat, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can change during the build phase.
Let's see. So, Shelly, are you going to spec into traps, seeing as you actually want to put them down?
I haven't put any down now.
Yeah, but you did on the last mission.
I didn't see any indication for specs.
So when you level up, you get stat points that you can invest into either your characters or your towers, and it's generally a better idea to actually focus on one or the other. What I'd almost recommend for you is have two of the character you're playing, one for traps and one for fighting, and switching between them. Instead of having, instead of having both on one character and therefore being worse. Because that's why I have the two different squires along the way. Okay, is that all the electro? Cool. How much? I do not have a whole lot of mana. Still don't have a whole lot of mana. There we go.
By mana, do you mean the crystal stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, the funds? Stuff you use to make towers and whatnot. Ria the Terraria Dryad back into the game. She was fun. I need to sit down and play through Dungeon Defenders 2 at some point, because it seemed like the characters there were kind of neat.
I'd love to be a dryad.
Okay, you guys ready to go?
Yeah, I think so.
So every single time one of these starts, press and hold G. Because, like, I'm waiting on you guys.
I don't see a thing for G.
Nah, that was me.
Okay.
I got distracted trying to, like, equip a different weapon than the one that did flame damage.
Maybe get the audio to play in the background. Nope, there doesn't. That's dumb. Wee. Oh. So she could switch between normal and corrupted to change what her towers would do. Okay, that does actually sound kind of cool. I mainly stayed away from Dungeon Defenders 2 because it was a free-to-play game, and free-to-play always means grinding with, like, no relief. Like, I like me some games where it's like, oh, here's the really grindy, boring part. Let's turn on cheat engine and fix this. I don't have to sit here for the next, like, 6 hours.
You could always be a whale.
I don't know if you could be in that game, actually.
Oh, really?
Maybe?
What's the point of having grinding in a free-to-play game if they don't let you be a whale to avoid it?
I mean, there's, like, the Warframe method, which is just like, hey, you get all the cool stuff faster, but that... it's usually not particularly big. Well, he died. Okay.
Blah!
Thank you kindly. And yeah, if you do actually want to have a character...
bird.
If you do actually want to have a character that puts down towers, like... you absolutely can say, like, I would like to put stuff down now. Or you can just be shoot man. What is this? Deadly Striker Tower? An expensive thing. How much damage does it do? Dang.
This
Okay,
is the
how do you feel about
attack tower, right?
How do you feel about deleting the ogre.
So, it's nice, but I remember the issue with it was always that the DPS wasn't like super, super high in the original. Had they changed that? Because it would shoot every like 5 seconds or something like that. So it wasn't like that high damage output. It also wouldn't always target what you wanted it to. Like it would just be like overkilling the mooks rather than like attacking the ogre.
Well, the ogre will be the last thing, but its DPS seems to be...
Does it give a value for DPS?
Yeah, it does. So its DPS is 200 something?
Okay.
382 versus 155 from the Flame Burst.
Okay.
I want to see how these things perform. Okay, pew pew towers. Well, they sound cool. They do fire very slowly, though. But they one-shot orcs. I wish you could kind of program them so they'd focus only on high-value targets or something. They also get rid of the kobold bombers.
Ah, yes, because those do come one at a time or so.
Those were actually messing me up super hard when I played this like solo.
Oh yeah. I mean,
'Cause-
because they do like way more damage than everything else,
Oh yeah.
and you just like get caught off guard by that.
Okay. Wow. I'm getting a lot more EXP on this than I thought I would. Let's see. Let's level these up. Let's see. Any else? Alright. I guess I'm good to go whenever.
All right.
Okay.
The Squire is just young Dr. Doom. I mean, it's not wrong.
Young Doctor, what was the thing?
Dr. Doom? The guy who had the iron mask, like, strapped to his face in the Marvel continuity?
Yeah, I mean, some people are just born to be villains.
I remember, like, more recently, he got the mask removed and is just, like, kind of a normal dude. He's, well, no, he's like a normal-ish, attractive-looking dude.
I mean, he got his Kylo Ren scene, right?
Where they... Gotta preface, there's some Kylo Ren scenes.
Oh, specifically the one where he takes off the mask. And I remember being in the movie theater and someone just shouting, "What? He's just hot?" It was a good moment.
I think we saw that movie... did we see that movie when it was really quiet? I honestly don't remember. The only movie I remember was trying to watch, Black Panther, and there was just a family that was just like, you know what, it would be a reasonable thing to do? Bring our baby.
No, that was definitely it was Infinity War.
Oh, it was Infinity War? Okay.
Wait, they had like an infant in the movie theater with them?
Yeah,
and
during
they had,
like big
four
fight
other
scenes and
kids.
stuff. And popcorn was spilled on us. It was...
Yeah, the other kids were spilling popcorn and kicking the back of our seats and talking, and the baby was...
It wasn't even that crowded. Like, they could have sat elsewhere to, like, you know, make sure the kids wouldn't be pests. And instead, Mother Dearest was like, but the kid that's need to be front and center, right behind this couple.
I remember we talked about it on stream, and there was a lady in our comment section that was saying, but the older kids want to go, so we have to bring the young ones. And just like,
Yeah.
well, there
I
are
think I
other
was just more
times for that, or you
amused
can
by
get a babysitter.
I was more just amused by the thought of, like, an infant in this like really high intensity action movie, like
Yep.
experiencing that just, I don't know, it I guess I felt sympathy for the parents mostly in having to deal with that.
They weren't dealing with that.
I see.
Yeah, it's like, why ruin it for everyone else? They either go with their older kids who know to be quiet, which they didn't, or have a babysitter. Like, when we were at Disney, there were just tons of babies, and they couldn't enjoy the rides.
We had... I don't know. I have low opinions of a lot of parents because it's just like, did you need to do that? And the answer is yes. And it's like, why? Because. Oh. Okay, I'm good to go.
Okay.
Alright, entering combat phase. Should I be like dropping more stuff?
I mean, if you got it. We're probably okay. I mean, the thing is, like, accounting for level, my towers are actually considerably stronger. I guess I should probably actually shoot. I do enough damage to hurt things. Which is weird.
You're just not used to being at all useful.
No, like the first time I played this, I was just utter garbage. If I needed to fight things, it was because panic, not because I was effective. Let's see. So how much left do you have on your PhD, seeing as you were talking about how you weren't actually done with it yet?
Well, so I've finished it, and I've received the degree. It's just that, like, there's some papers and stuff that would be nice to have out. But it's not like... It's not like I have the PhD already. Like, that's fine.
Okay. This is just for the prestige of saying, I'm double doctor.
No, this is for, like, having more papers so that...
You just...
Like, basically, like...
Sorry, I was making fun of you, and having you straight-faced response is great.
Right. But just... I mean, some people do, like, get 2 doctorates.
Whoa.
It's a real thing. It doesn't really make sense, but...
I found the ogre. He was a problem.
Uh-oh.
He demolished my everything. Well... I think he was immune to something, or I'm not sure.
Is he dead now?
Yeah. I do just enough damage to have finished him off. But it was worrying.
But yeah, having, like, the publications out will, like, improve, like, future job prospects and things like that.
Speaking of, I'm assuming current job prospects are still going well?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting company. It looks like we'll be closing out our second round of venture capital money, and I think originally they were hoping to see if they could get, like, enough money to last for, like, 3 years before fundraising again, but I guess that's a little bit longer than the norm, so it's going to be 2 years instead. Which, I don't know. I don't know that that'll affect me too much. It'll probably affect, like, some of the founders more who have to, like, deal with it. But I think probably there's some things we should have done within 2 years, so it should not be too bad to do fundraising then. Yeah, actually, there's one of the companies that they talked to at a convention is interested in doing a contract related to stuff I'll be doing. So I've been trying to write up some statements of work this week on, like, what sort of things we would do for them. And it's kind of interesting to be going through it being like, yeah, I'm pretty sure all of this is doable, and, like, I don't know exactly what to expect, but, like, it should be a pretty interesting project and should be valuable for both companies. it's also just cool stuff. I won't go into too many details on it, but just like, I don't know, a lot of like current technology in like AI and like computing are just like easy to turn into something that like is meaningful to the chemical industry. Be something that's fun to be part of.
Mm-hmm.
I guess for people asking, people want to know what degree you have? Chemistry.
It's theoretical chemistry.
I don't know how vague I want to be, because I've never had anybody really try and track me down, so I'm not too worried about the potential for it, but... Well, I guess let's go to the next map.